Serious, Redditors who have slept with your friend's parents, how did that happen? How was it like with the parent friend afterwards? Did your friend ever find out? Started going out with a best friend's mother when I was younger. Turned into a 2-year relationship. My friend got used to it eventually. Along with the rest of his family. My family hated it. His parents had just broken up. But for some reason she stayed temporarily while her new BF got an apartment. Saturday night. Bonfire. Drank too much. Stayed up late. 2 AM. Smoking alone and she came out. Nothing weird BC, she is a smoker and a night owl. Stood next to me before asking to sit on my lap. I made eye contact with her. And she just started making out with me. Ended up F-king her in my friend's bed while he slept on the couch. I vowed to never speak of it again. Additional info. She was a 7 and the type to wear a Birkenbish still at 40 years of age. When I was 18 but still in high school, I had a threesome with a married couple I met online. My first threesome. We had good fun. So I came back over again soon for more of it. After the SI times had ensued. I glanced up at their living room wall and saw school pictures of a girl I knew, not exactly friends, but acquaintances, and had been in the school system with since middle school. Dawning realization of horror. It did not stop me from hooking up with them more. It did eventually come up in conversation that I knew their daughter. They weren't too thrown off by it. The mother ran into me at our high school graduation and congratulated me. High school was weird times. I was high and had been drinking. She pretty much took advantage of me. Fast forward a few months and I'm drunk on my fiend's sofa. Everyone is in bed and my friend's mum comes into the room and starts trying to kiss me. I'm pretending to be asleep when my friend comes in and goes HT. Stuff starts to get thrown around and I leave pretty quickly and call a taxi. That person still hates me to this day. I figured it was easier for me to be the dick than for things to get even more complicated for my friend and their mum by me being honest. I'm pretending to be asleep when my friend comes in and goes HT. I'm guessing he didn't see you pretending to be asleep. Because if he did and went HT on you for being the victim of his mother, then he's crazy. Was just getting on hookup websites. And seeing the vast amount of men out there who also like men. Ended up F-king my girlfriend's dad. Never told her. Years later, she's the type that'd find it hysterical. Bonus story. She was a lesbian. I was gay. Both of us used each other as covers without realizing. Pasted from the last time I answered this question. Obviously a throwaway. I F-ked one of my best friend's mom for about a year. Her husband was cool with it. And a bit jealous she was doing an 18-year-old. And he wasn't. I'm going to be a bit guarded with details. But she ran a business that involved traveling around parts of the country and I was employed by her. Because I was out of school. And an employee. Her son never put 2 and 2 together. I would travel with her. And stay in hotels with her. So it was THR perfect cover. I don't really know how it started. But she and I hit it off. She asked me once if I wanted a blowjob or to be made love to. She's the only woman that has ever successfully sucked me off to completion. It was F-king wonderful. Most awkward moment was definitely when she said that's where Johnny came from. As I stuck it in her box. It's been almost 20 years now. You know that saying about older women really knowing what they're doing? Totally F-king true. Me and at least 5 more of my friends that I'm sure have used to bone out our friend's mom on the reg when we were about 16. It seemed really cool at the time. But in hindsight she was a legit predator. She supplied our alcohol and a place to drink it. Waited for her son to pass out, then let us basically do all the things every 16 years old wants to do but never get the chance. It got really creepy. She got angry at our girlfriends and all that stereotypical predatory mom jazz. We collectively decided to stop boning her about a year later. I'm certain my friend, her son, knew. But he refused to acknowledge it whatsoever. We are also no longer friends. Obvious throwaway. When I was 16 I had this girlfriend in high school. Her mom would always flirt with me, etc. When that girl broke up with me, I was heartbroken and her mother called me to ask if I was okay and if I wanted to get some coffee. A few hangouts later, she used me like her boy toy for a few months and her husband never found out. I have a friend that's a few years younger and went to her graduation party. While there I hung out with her and her family, whom I had known for ages, and commented to her mum, whom we will call Anne, was looking good. Had started working out and was looking fit after her last relationship ended. Anyway, Anne and I had always gotten along well, so I was just being courteous and honest. But it was true. Anne took it well and we flirted a little. But I was oblivious. I was just having fun. When I got home, Anne and I started shooting some messages back and forth and quickly I realized what was going on. I'm slow. I never turned her away because I liked what she was selling. So that summer I dropped by a little more frequently. And sometimes I happened to come by when my friend was at work or otherwise away and just hung out with Anne. It worked out well for a summer. It was a simple matter of my first girlfriend's mother wanting the best and safest SZOL experience for her daughter. So she took it upon herself to teach me how to not just have sex, but to please a woman. Including giving oral, learning to last, and some anal. I was 16. She must have been in her mid-30s at the time. It was a complete secret from her husband and my girlfriend. It's been 15 years but I don't think she's told anyone. We're Facebook friends now. I had a friend growing up whose mom and dad got a divorce. She was smoking hot, everyone had a crush on her. Well, after the divorce she FK'd about 10 of his friends, me included. 3 of them gangbanged her. How it happened for me is she came to the bar I was at one night and I had a fat sack of cocaine in my pocket, and when the bar closed at 2 she wasn't ready to go home, so I invited her back to my place to do some blow and drink. Well, one thing led to another and I banged her. We met up 3 or 4 times after and banged again. A lot of these stories involve coke. Ashley Madison had 10,000 men per 3 women. Me and a few of my friends went to hang out and drink at this girl's house. Her mom would always chill with us too. We were just chilling on the deck and her mom kept staring at me with these SX eyes. So I went up to her and asked if she wanted to go upstairs and do a couple lines of coke with me. So we went upstairs, did the coke and FK'd. Then a few months later I ended up FK'ing the daughter too. The best part is they're related to one of my best friends. So after I banged the daughter I called him and told him I was working my way through his family and asked for his sister's number. He hung up on me. Me and him are still pretty close. I haven't seen the mom or daughter in a while.